This is a quick install video for the model PP305BZ-1 Pet Cam. This is everything that comes included in the box. Mounting hardware, so you can put it on the wall or a ceiling, or you could just let it sit right on the counter and move it from location to location. Mounting hardware to mount that device, and an Ethernet cable that we'll explain in a moment. The antenna that comes in the box you'll screw into the back of the camera. Only screw it in hand tight. Never tighten it too tight. Don't want to break that. Right? Now, the Ethernet cable that came in the box, the one end you'll plug directly into your router in your home. Now, the router is that box that the internet comes into your house or your business. In the back of that box, you'll see an available 3 or 4 ports. In one of those ports, plug one end of the Ethernet cable. The other end of the Ethernet cable plugs into the camera itself. And then you take the power and you plug that in on the right-hand side. Now, the reason we're using an Ethernet cable is to make sure that we get all of the correct settings in, and it's not being disturbed by any other Wi-Fi in the area that might be in your home or apartment or business. We'll put all that configuration in, then we'll disconnect it, and the camera will be 100% wireless. After about 30 or 40 seconds, you'll hear a couple of clicks here or there. That's checking the low light device, and then the camera will begin to move on its own. There we go. It's now moving and getting ready to be configured. And there we go. Now we open the app. The app is called My IPC Viewer. That's MY IPC Viewer. Viewer. And it's available on the Apple App Store or Google Play. All right. The app looks like this. Kind of difficult sometimes to see it on the phone. There we go. There it is on the top right-hand side. It looks like a little white house on a blue background. What you'll do is you'll select it. That will open up this window. You see the little plus sign in the middle there, and there's also a plus sign up on the top right. Let's see if we can get that clear for you. It's kind of difficult, like I said, to see. There we go. That's a little bit better. We'll select one of those two. Let's select the one that's in the middle. It comes to this screen. Now, on this screen, let's see if you can see it. Yeah, we gotta kind of get that reflection out of the way. There we go. On this screen, you'll see a big blue button in the middle. Now, if we were going to set it up wirelessly, we would push that button and then scan the little QR code that's on the bottom of the camera. But we're going to do it the hardwire way. That is so that we can confirm that everything is set up perfectly and there's no problem with interference from any other Wi-Fi that might be in your area, whether it be in your home, your business, or in an apartment complex. You have Wi-Fi all over the place. So how do we do that? You see the lettering along the bottom here, right along the bottom. We're going to select that blue lettering. Yeah, just press the lettering. That opens this window. See this blue bar? Select the blue bar. Now it's going to populate with all the different cameras that you might have set up in your home. Well, obviously you don't have any yet because this is your first camera. I have a lot of cameras set up in my home. That's why you see it all listed this way. Your camera happens to be right over here in the middle, so I selected it. On yours, it would be the only selection available. It'll change to this screen with a blue arrow right in the middle. Select that blue arrow. Now it wants you to add a username and password. Let's go ahead and give it something generic. I'll give it admin, ADMIN 1. All right, we enter that in, and it comes in on the top window here. We hit next on the bottom right, and it wants us to put a password. So let's use QWERTY 1, and let's go ahead and hit next. It wants us to add it again. QWERTY 1. And now that next has changed to done. Hit done. And then on the top right hand side, you see the little check mark? Press the check mark. There we go. Back to the main screen, but no image. Well, press the blue arrow. And there we go. We're now live. Hello, hello, there we are live. Okay? If you want to move the camera around, all you have to do is, on the bottom of the app, let's see if we can see it here, you have 2 rows of buttons. Top row, the second from the right, push that. This screen will pop up, and you can move the camera left and right, and up and down. Alright? When you're done with that, on the again, it's a little difficult to see here on this phone because of the bright white reflection. There's an X over here. Just press the X. That will close the window. If you want to see your image full screen, just turn the camera to the side. There you go. Now that the phone is to the side, you can see the whole image. Turn it back up, right? And you can move the camera left, right, up and down. And there are some other features over here that you'll be able to play with as well. All right, now we're ready to set this up as a wireless device. Right now we're wired, hardwired, and we know it's working. So the camera's working, and it's working with your phone, or your tablet, or your Android phone as well. This happens to be an iPhone. All right, let's back out, hitting the arrow on the top left. And we're back to a frozen image. Now that frozen image is just one of the images it saw last. All right, if you want to go back live, you press it again, and we're back live. Okay. On the top right-hand corner, you'll see a little wheel, a little cog. Yeah, let's see, we push it there. Now it's going to show you all the Wi-Fi that's available in your particular area. Now I have a lot of Wi-Fi in my area as well as in my home. I have separate Wi-Fi internet connections. So mine happens to be called 305. So we're going to search for that. How do we search for that? The 4th option down on this screen says WLAN setting. We select that. We let it look for all the Wi-Fi in the area. And it's searching away. It's probably seeing my neighbors and all of my other Wi-Fi connections. There we go. There's a whole bunch of them listed. The second one down, 305. We select that. It confirms that we selected it. Now, if you needed a password, it would have dropped down at this point and asked you for the password for your Wi-Fi. It just so happens that on this particular network, I don't have a password because I use it for demo purposes only. On the top left-hand side, you'll see that little arrow. You'll want to select that. Make sure that you see the name of your Wi-Fi in your home or business, that it appears right here. Let's see, I'm pointing. There you go. That it appears right there. Okay? If it doesn't appear there, you want to make sure you go back by selecting WLAN setting again and select it. But see, now it appears on the top there saying it's actually connected to it. So we don't have to do that at all because it's already been done. You're ready now. That's it. That's all the whole setup. Let's back out again, back to the main screen. All right, put this down. Now we're ready to disconnect the Ethernet cable because everything is properly set. We've entered in a username and a password. We've identified the Wi-Fi. So let's disconnect the Ethernet cable. You can disconnect the power as well if you want and move it to whatever room you're going to put it in. And that's it. You plug it back in, put the Ethernet cable back in the box so that you could use it for any other devices you might have, or the next time you want to reprogram your camera, or if you happen to buy another pet cam, you'll use that same cable, even though they come in every box. She just confirmed that the wireless is now connected. So we are connected wirelessly. If you want to confirm that it definitely is connected wirelessly, look at the back of the camera and you'll see a red and a green light. The green light should be pulsating slowly. See? If it's blinking very fast, the camera is not set up properly at all. You can now take your app, open it up, There's the still image. Select it. Now it opened up live. Let's move the camera around a little bit just to make sure that we're 100% connected. There we go. It's moving around. And we are wireless, see? Nothing connected except for power. That's all there is to it. I always say if you're working more than 3 or 4 minutes maximum, you're doing something simple wrong. Usually, it's you've entered the wrong password for the Wi-Fi. So make sure you know your Wi-Fi password before you start this whole procedure, and you won't get frustrated. Otherwise, check on the website under support. The support page has an FAQ page that will answer any of your questions you might have, whether you have different issues, how different functions work. That's the best place for you to get your information from. Or you can contact me on the support page as well. You'll see an email address. Just state your problem. I'll give you a call back and we'll get this all worked out and get you up and running. Otherwise, that's it. Shouldn't take more than 3 or 4 minutes maximum to set up your camera. You can go anywhere on the planet now and listen and talk to Fluffy and move the camera around left, right, up and down, all from your iPhone, your iPad, your tablet, any smart device as well. I appreciate you buying the model PP305BZ-1 PetCam, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thanks again for purchasing from PetPeeps.com.